All right. Be sure you drink some water if you haven't in a while, or if you have some right next to you. Hello, Cancer. My Cancer. You tender hearts. Oh my goodness. Cancer, the fourth sign of the zodiac, the first of the water signs. And the water element is very, it is a yin element, like the earth is yin as well, and then the yang, or masculine, so yin is feminine, yang, you'll hear people say yang. It like hurts my mouth even to say it that way, but that's just me, and I was trained in traditional Chinese medicine, so I have different pronunciations than what you would hear out here in the West, right? So, little tangent, sorry, Cancer. So the yang signs, or the masculine signs, are the air elements and the fire elements. And the yin, or the feminine signs, excuse me, the yin, or the feminine signs, you know, they're really receptive in quality. They tend to be a little bit more on like the introverted side. So Cancer is a water sign that is also can very much be extroverted because it's a cardinal sign. It initiates the summertime. Cancer is also, it's ruled by the moon, and it's thought of as like the mother figure of the zodiac. As far as the 12 signs go, then you would think of Cancer as the mother. Side tangent, the asteroids series is the mother, Demetra. So there's other mother energy that we can also look into. What's happening? Cancer, you feel like you need to like get something off your chest. That's why there was no coughing in any of the other videos. So yeah, there's like a tenderness to Cancer, the mothering, the nurturing sign, the feminine water emotions, psychic abilities, intuition. All of that can be really present with Cancer. They also really love to open up their homes or create a very nurturing environment. Cancer lives in the 4th house, and that house represents the home of all 12 houses. So Cancer has a lot to do with kind of the home and the hearth, the roots, where you come from, like your family, especially the immediate family. Shadow sides are, because Cancer has such a loving, giving disposition and is a nurturer, if and as soon as they feel like they're being taken advantage of, or they feel vulnerable and that they might get hurt somehow, they will kind of, you really notice that crab shell kind of like armor up and like kind of sidestep into the watery depths, you know, back into like the hidden, like the home. So when you have strong Cancer placement in your chart, you know, you can be really very giving and nurturing and loving. And also might sometimes like really close up or like kind of sneak away when you feel overly exposed or that there's too much like risk or danger involved somehow. Does that make sense? So it feels like you have something on your chest. Let's see what's going on. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for being here with me and for watching. I really enjoy reading for you. And I am, reading for many different people in these videos at one time, and so there are different stories that will come out, and just take what resonates, but don't worry about like needing to make it fit. If this isn't what's going on with you right now, then it's not what's going on with you right now. Okay, so what's going on with you right now? What's going on? Cancer, the crab. The leader that leads from the heart. Choppy. It's like something needs to like be broken up. Like a clearing, because these cards feel really, feels better. There's some stuff. There's that Voyage of the Heart card again. Also 3, 4. We'll do it because that, I've been feeling there's some energy. What's happening here? Ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. Keep going. Keep going. So you have Voyage of the Heart, which just came out as the card for the Gemini reading as well. So maybe watch that. There could be additional messages there. Also Unknown Territory, which was one of the main cards in the Taurus reading that came out. So if you have placements there, right? I'm reading for your sun sign, but also your moon sign, Venus, the Ascendant, or your rising sign, same thing. But even like if you have Mars in one of these signs, or Jupiter or Mercury, I mean, there's going to be information here that could resonate, and really only go with what your heart tells you, especially you, Cancer. You're like one of the best at really feeling truth from the heart center and really caring, like very, very nurturing. So Gates of Triumph and Grounding. Unknown Territory, but you're doing it. Like, you're ascending the mountain. You've been doing this for a while. Your heart's been opening. Right now, there's a bit of needing to, continue to have faith in yourself and this journey that you're on, and to ground yourself. So you might need some, rest. Well, look, go deep, explore your roots. And it definitely was mentioning how Cancer rules the 4th house, and that's home and hearth and your roots, your family. So you are on a journey as well towards expanding the heart, and allowing that to really it's like you've already been succeeding with this. This is new for you, but you're knowing it feels good. It feels right. So it's kind of settling into it a little bit more. You just keep going forward. Okay. What else? What else for my beautiful Cancers? Cancer the crab. You don't need to defend yourself so much. Protect yourself. Alright, let's see what we need to let Cancer know. Thank you for letting this message be clear and understandable. You've experienced happiness, true home and heart and love happiness. You've experienced it. You've found it in the past. You either grew up in this type of family, which is kind of setting you up to really, desire that as well. Or you've recently witnessed it or seen it or experienced it in a relationship, either that you've had with someone or that's been kind of outside of you, but it's been something that, like, you've seen that this kind of happy life can exist. But, like, you don't believe that it's yours to have right now? What? Don't create, like, illusions in your mind. What? What's the advice for Cancer with this? Learning how to balance, like, everyday kind of responsibilities and also desires, work and play, balancing out the home life. There's something right now where, okay, either you've made a decision or you really, really, really feel like you can't make a decision. Can we clarify this Two of Wands in reverse? The Ace of Cups. You're letting go of a decision that was not love, not like fighting against this anymore, putting down this burden. That's heavy. Sorry. I mean, I don't mind, but sorry if that, like, rubs you the wrong way by me saying that. I don't know. It's heavy. So what's happening around you? This new passionate... There's something you want to create. What is it that you want to create? Why is this Empress here with the Ace of Swords in reverse? I mean, what I said first about that is, like, don't create disillusionments, around what a family life can be like, what a love life can be. There's a passionate message coming your way about this. I'm just getting these cards out. Man, you're like really jumbled up right now, Do you have a beverage? Drink some. Okay, so I would I'm not just like saying this so that you go back and watch my other videos and I get more views, although that helps me, great. I mean, and I appreciate that. But genuinely, like, you probably need to go and watch the Gemini video that's been posted and the Taurus one, because those main theme cards are your main theme cards, and it's so interesting how everyone's kind of going through very similar things, but in totally different ways, and there's different advice for each of these signs. And so depending on what is going on in your chart, right, because, like, wherever your sun sign lands, which if you say that you're a Cancer, then that's your sun sign. That's the constellation that the sun was moving through when you were born. The moon was also moving through a constellation. Which one? I don't know. I would need to read your chart, or if you don't know and you want to just find out really quickly, you can go to cafeastrology.com. That's a wonderful website, and what you need for getting your birth chart is your date of birth exactly, the location that you were born, and the time that you were born. So you need those 3 bits of information to find out what your rising sign is, and then what all of the houses are, what your house setup is, and then knowing where certain planets in which signs, like which houses they land in, and then all the different aspects that they form with each other. And that's just your own individual birth chart or natal chart that is kind of like a snapshot of what was happening in the sky at the moment of your birth from the location that you were born at. And then that kind of creates like your own unique individual snowflake, if you will. You know how like not one snowflake is ever duplicated. We're all like that. We're all very unique and individual. So although some of you might be watching because you're Cancer sun sign, some of you might be watching this because your moon sign lands in Cancer, or maybe Mercury is in Cancer, or Venus, your rising sign. And for those of you who are watching who are sun sign Cancers, look into your chart because your moon sign could be in a totally different sign, and you'll want to look at that video or horoscope or what have you in the future, like look up what it means, because, or get a chart reading. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. Because then you really get to know a lot more about yourself, and things start making sense in new ways. It's just kind of an enrichment. Take it all with a grain of salt. End of spiel. But for real, you probably need to go and watch the Gemini and Taurus videos. So there's like, okay, an end of lying, an end of illusions. Be careful if you yourself, Miss Cancer, Mr. Cancer, are creating lies, especially around what you think that love or romance is and can be for you. And so if you've kind of made a decision to like not make a decision, there's definitely a need for you right now to focus on releasing any like painful emotions that you have stored in your heart from past love relationships, any kind of like poison you've been sipping on. Like pour that cup out, rinse it out, like cleanse yourself of these old false, like, I mean, just wounds and pains of like love gone wrong kind of deal. Breakups, you know, that. And how that kind of like, you want this like love life, but it's also, is this a burden? Like, you're kind of deciding to, it looks like you're kind of not making a decision to decide on an active relationship at the moment for some of you, and that instead, and this is good too, you could probably do them both together. You don't have to do one or the other, but here's also what's happening. While you're deciding to not decide on this, I don't know what to do, I'm just gonna like let it play out. You're also kind of like letting your guard down, which is good. Good, Cancer. It's good for you to open up your heart. And you have to open it up if you need to kind of like get out some of those old pains. So anything that can be really like nurturing for you. Cancer can be really creative, I think, especially with like poetry. And if you have Gemini in your chart, thus watch the like other videos, then you probably have a skill set with like writing to express your heart and like get it out. Also for anyone with Cancer in their chart, or any water, if you're heavy with water in your chart, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, head to the ocean, head to the lake, head to the river, head to the waterfall. Like whatever you can do to be around water is it's going to be so cleansing for you and healing for you. And if you can get in the water, if it's safe to do so, you know, like do that. Especially the ocean with the salt. Oh, whoa. I have Piscean moon sign personally, and I need to have a beach walk at least every other day. If it doesn't happen, I can really feel that. And or I need to take salt baths really often, and some people are not into baths. I get it, and also you're missing out. So, Cancer, do what you need to do around like water, allowing water to nurture you, while you kind of maybe are not making like a final decision on this yet. And the whole thing with like the not making the decision on this yet, like the other things, like putting down these burdens of like wounds and allowing yourself to kind of open up, like let your guard down. You don't have to be so defensive. If you've been feeling yourself needing to defend yourself, like see if you can have some private alone time, because this is your overall card right now is the Hermit, and look how hermity this guy looks. Oh, hello. You've got like uber hermit energy, grounding. Look, she's all by herself, by water, leaning up against a tree. That's your advice. 22 minutes almost? Okay. Whew. Gonna wrap it up. I'm sorry that I've gone on so much in your reading and not stayed focused with you. It's just fascinating to me, the similarities in lots of these. So the thing with the issue with you maybe not making the decision right now, and I get the needing to like prioritize and like you have things you have to handle, I get it. It's just like as you kind of wait, don't create false ideas around like the downfall of a relationship or the stability of like this new idea. And that could be career as well. We did get Voyage of the Heart. And this could be about career. This could be about career. You've seen, especially in family and household. Okay, wow. Hold up. Okay. So if this is a love reading, just be careful that you're not fooling yourself. Okay? And really right now, you just need to take time to be alone and heal. Allow your ancestors to come in and heal, like if you're into that, your guardian angels in general, anything that you want to do while you're in solitude to heal is great, right? And be careful of like any tendency to want to like sneak away or kind of like lie to yourself or others. Like you don't need to do that. It's just, you know, if you need to really take a pause on something so you can give yourself some time to like, you know, not make a decision on this decision right now and instead like kind of focus on yourself and see about that, then just like communicate that with the people that need to know. You know, you can keep it short and sweet. I'm juggling a lot right now. I need to take some time for myself to figure this stuff out. I'll be gone for the next week, or I'll be in touch in the next, you know, and you name the terms. And then if this is about a career, like, or that you've seen in the household that parents or siblings have their like dream job and now their dream like family or whatever, and if you feel like you've kind of not personally made that choice, and maybe you feel like you've settled a bit, this feels like, and if you feel like you've settled a bit in whatever you've chosen to do, you don't need to like defend yourself in this anymore. You can like kind of let your guard down, open up a bit more about how you really feel about it. like go into this kind of unknown territory. And if that means that there's a better career choice for you, then right now there's an ending to something that you once believed in and you really like carried it and defended it. But like maybe it didn't really sit well in your heart. And so now you're kind of like feeling out what it would feel like to let go of this career choice, but there's fear of maybe not being able, because this is not just like a marriage ending kind of card. Not to make it sound so dire, but well, I mean that can be a big blessing too. It doesn't have to be dire. I don't have to judge it. But that can also be indicative of you having this career idea, but that like it's not going to be solid. And you have the Empress here with the Ace of Swords in reverse. So like you're totally in this movement forward where you're stepping into your creative feminine authority. But don't lie to yourself about this new idea for what you're wanting to create. Like if you're wanting to step out and be an entrepreneur, go for it. This is about following your heart, no matter what it's about, and kind of about like taking some, like overall, you have to kind of weigh out this decision right now. And I get that you're kind of taking a pause to do that, and you're healing and you're releasing, and that's good and very important. But you kind of need to like give yourself some time to like be alone, to heal, and to get into this new flow that you're moving into that's much more creative. But don't sneak away. It doesn't look like you're going to. Just be honest with whoever it is that needs to know about this information. Whatever plans you need to make to allow yourself to have some time to kind of like step into this new unknown version of yourself, and to sit in it and to be in it. And don't lie to yourself about it. I am gonna pull one of these. So this is an Indigo Angel deck. What are we at? Oof! Oof! My readings are getting longer and longer. Okay, this is an Indigo Angel deck, and I really love it. And I'm just gonna get one last little tidbit. Like a wrap up overall message. Cancer. Thank you. You are loved. You are loved. So do whatever you need to do to be gentle with yourself and allow the healing and the releasing to happen so that this new chapter can begin. Whether in love life or career, and it does look a little bit more like career. And that they're very well, like, also keep in your creative social, I know it's hard to be social right now, but as much as you can connect through social media and using your phone and your computer and your laptop, whatever it is, as you connect more and you really allow yourself to kind of let go of this older like belief of like what your role was, what your job was, what you were doing this whole time, you're like letting go of that. And it's gonna feel maybe a bit uncomfortable moving into this new, very creative version of yourself, and you're gonna need to ground into that, and allow yourself to take the time to like balance what you need to balance. But it looks like as you really allow yourself to step into this creative mode, there is another person could be younger, but they're very driven and inspiring, or they're inspired by you in this creative state that you've stepped into. They're coming in with a message, and it's like about like a way of like reuniting or like working together again in a really heartfelt way. Like you'll recognize this person as a soulmate. You've maybe worked to, if this is a career thing, then you've like worked together in the past, and they're coming back in to help you move into this really creative zone that you're moving into. And the thing is, like, you might be afraid that you won't trust your intuition or your heart to like know this, but you will. You just need to give yourself some time and space so that this ending can happen and you can heal through it. And I'm getting redundant, right? You don't need to hide away. You're not gonna just tell the people that need to know. Yeah, you're loved. Like, you're loved. Go for it. Oh yeah, keep going forward. I know, it feels like a climb. You're doing great. You're doing great. I know. A crab going up a mountain. You're doing great. I hope that helps. I hope you have a really good night. See you guys in the next video.